Hi folks, I'm Nate with Two Guys in a Ride. Today Rob and I are out here at Legacy of the Lakes Diamond Classic Boat Show in Alexandria, and we're here with Jack and this stunning boat behind us. So Jack, what kind of a boat is this?
This is a Greavette Streamliner. They were built in Canada. Gravette's the manufacturer, and their most notable characteristic is curving the wood on the sides here.
I tell you what, that's what drew our attention to it from a distance.
Yeah.
I mean,
For sure.
I can't imagine when you look at all the curves that this has, and it's the whole length of the boat. Mm-hmm. You know, I've done a little bit of wood steaming before. When you bend wood, man, you got like 30 seconds to get that out and get it on there. I cannot imagine matching up, you know, that much stuff. It's just beautiful.
Yep. These guys had it down to a T. They built boat after boat every day. So.
Now, what kind of a wood is it?
This is mahogany.
This is mahogany.
Yep.
Okay. The trim on the sides here. Mm-hmm. Now, would that be brass and then chrome over it?
I believe this to all be stainless steel.
Okay, that's all stainless steel right there. Okay, which was another very common material. I absolutely love the navigation light covers.
Yes.
With the wood on them.
On the sides. Yep.
Oh, it just looks beautiful. Now, before we get more into the boat, you know, what was your draw into classic boats?
Well, it comes from my dad. Having ridden in our other little boat since I was 2 or 3 years old. Okay. I had a natural love for it, I guess, and I love history too. So I really am able to appreciate all this stuff. So I take care of it every day, clean it when we want to take it out, bring it to different shows. I just love it. It's my favorite hobby.
That's just awesome, and you know, we're really glad that your dad bought it to preserve it. You know, but this boat's used frequently.
Oh, yeah, it's our pontoon.
So that's well put. Now, let's talk about the engine, because most classic boats, when they were built, the original engines weren't super good.
Yep.
So unless you want to have it kind of as a museum piece, usually people do something different with the motor, just so they can have a daily driver. So what, did you do anything different?
We didn't personally. We bought it in this condition that it is right now. But the engine in it right now is a modern GM 350 from the early 2000s. Because originally they came with a Buchanan 6-cylinder, and this boat's about 6,000 pounds, which is a lot of wood. So pushing it along, that didn't do the job. So this does it way better. Oh, I'm sure. Yep. Roughly, how much horsepower does that motor turn out? Somewhere in probably the 250 range.
250 range. Okay. Much more powerful than the straight 6 that would have been in there.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes.
Man. Okay. So your battery is down here as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Battery down this corner. Some extra storage over here, actually. We don't really use, but.
Okay. Yeah, you could mount a second battery or something else if you needed it. Mm-hmm. Man, there's a lot of room in there.
There is.
How wide is the boat? Do you know?
It's 7.5 feet at the widest here, and you got about a foot of wood past the edge of the cockpit, which isn't usual, because usually the edge runs all the way, but to make room for the rounded wood. Yeah. You know.
Man, that is beautiful. So you bought it all completely refurbished. Yep. Is there a cabin underneath the front here where we see the air vents?
No, there are some cabinets there, not for storage, it's just access to the underside.
Is that an actual vent though?
That is a vent, and the ones on the engine covers are vents.
Are vents too. Okay, so that just helps, from mildew and stuff from warming.
That's right.
Okay. The windshield. Is my eyes deceiving me, or is that actually curved?
It is a little curved, yes, and if you look on the side, the knobs here, they actually fold down, old-fashioned air conditioning. Get the breeze coming over the top of the
Okay, so
glass.
it's a split windshield.
Correct.
And it will fold forward.
Backwards, towards you. So flat.
Really?
Yep.
It doesn't hit the steering wheel?
Nope. You just tilt it back a little bit, get the breeze coming off on your face.
Wow.
Yep.
And both sides do the same thing?
Correct.
Now, up in the front here, we got a couple of items. One's a spotlight. Yep. Okay, and that's controllable from inside the cab?
Yep, on the dash, there's a switch on the far side that controls that. Nice for docking at night, I will tell you.
And it swivels?
Yes, it does with the yellow
with that
handle there. Yep.
Yeah, and we'll go through those in just a minute, but okay, so it does swivel. Yep. That is really nice. And the very front, what is that?
That is a siren. So they didn't have a horn on this, they used a siren instead. Still does work too.
Still works.
It's fun. Yep.
Oh man, I love how you have that tie cleat, but then it goes through a hole at the end.
Yep, just to get the line to be able to swivel the bow.
That's really
more
neat.
accurately.
That's
Yep.
unique. Well thought out. They had some really good ideas. Okay, now coming back here, let's talk about this. Was how many people did you fit in here the other weekend? You said
We fit 9, so in the middle you could probably get 4 or 5, usually 3 in either one.
okay.
So
Now there was no pass through. Now you and I were talking earlier because they built another model.
yes.
Similar to this, but tell us what that configuration was.
So it was still a Streamliner, pretty much the same boat, but instead of having these separate cockpits here,
Yep.
they moved the engine over a little bit and they put this S shape in it so that you could walk from the front
so
to
you
the
can
back.
walk through. Okay. Now, if I'm correct, that very, very back seat was sort of called, was that like the mother-in-law seat?
Correct, mother-in-law
Okay.
cockpit. Yeah.
Yep. You couldn't. once you're in there, you're in there. You're
Yep.
stuck till you land.
Yep,
Or you dock, I should say.
that's right.
I love the exposed woodwork on the inside. Now, this was something that was kind of normal for the Canadian boat makers to do.
Correct. Yes, they really want to show off their bracing.
They, because if it was an American-made boat, typically we'd see that covered somehow.
Yep, the paneling and
Yeah, I love seeing that. It's kind of neat to see. It's almost like seeing through the boat.
yeah.
Okay, now on the first floor, the second floor, and I'm assuming probably the same in the passenger, you've got open grates.
Yep, those are called egg crate flooring.
Okay.
And they're removable. Those are the original ones to the boat.
Oh, wow.
Allows you some access down there, plug and other stuff.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yep.
Walk us kind of through the cockpit here and tell us, you've got a, I'm assuming a throttle there.
That's throttle.
Okay, and then,
The little button next to it behind the steering wheel, that's a siren.
okay.
It doesn't have a
Banjo-style
horn.
steering wheel.
Correct.
Like that.
Yep. Then we have bilge, the switches, bilge, and blower as well, and then navigation lights, and then the spotlight, of course.
Okay. Boy, you do drive this.
I do.
If you can name them all
Yep.
off like that. Okay,
Yep.
and you actually had quite a few gauges.
Yep.
What year was the boat again?
This is a 1949.
49.
Yep.
So, I mean, for a 49 boat, those are original gauges?
We believe them to be, yes.
Okay.
Based on pictures and other boats as well.
So you've got,
Fuel and battery charge, RPMs, water temp, oil pressure.
okay, a complete package.
Yep.
Now, underneath, I see, is that
That's an old fire extinguisher.
I was
And
going to say, is that original?
no, but I did look into the year and I found this. It was the only one at an antique store in town.
Okay.
And I really wanted one because I've seen those before. They look really cool.
Yeah.
And I found it. You almost couldn't read the logo at all.
Okay.
None of the front plate. And so I sat there for a couple hours. I shined the whole thing by hand because it's brass. It was all tarnished.
Now there's the classic boat guy.
And we got a bracket from our guy who works on this named
Okay.
Tom Jewell. And it fits it perfectly, and I decided to put it in there.
And that's where it would have been mounted originally.
Yes, there are holes there. So, so it
that's
would have
just
been
sweet that you add those little things as you have time, make
Yep.
it even more authentic. Wow. Okay, is it forward and reverse gear lever on the
Yep,
floor?
yep. Neutral, forward, reverse.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, in the second compartment here, these were these just storage areas here?
Yep, the two on the sides are storage for cleaning stuff and bumpers here. The middle one's also storage, but it folds down as a table as well for
Okay.
drinks.
And then I'm assuming, given the year, that's an ashtray in the middle.
Yes.
Okay. So, stepping back to the third mother-in-law seat here. Okay, you've got the same grates in the flooring that for access here.
Yep.
And then that's it for the store. This one doesn't have extra storage, but you do have something on the side.
Yeah, side storage and all the cockpits. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, it is. I missed that. That is an all.
And under the seats too, we do keep some stuff in there. So.
Okay, there is a little area underneath, so it's not solid all the way to the floor.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. And I like these vents right here. I'm assuming again those are just more engine exhaust vents.
Yep,
Or...
and the blower does blow out there, so you don't have to open the hatches when you start it.
Okay. All right, let's walk to the very back of the boat because I want to ask you about the name.
We sat with a long list for a few months and tried to decide as a family out of a bunch of different names.
Okay.
It's probably the hardest part of buying a boat, I would say, is naming it. And we came up with Bellissima, which is Italian for beautiful. We thought it was fitting, and my dad has some Italian heritage in his family's past, so that's the one we decided on.
That's just awesome. Okay, dual exhaust tips on the back.
Correct. Yep.
And then again, chrome or that's got to be chrome.
Yep.
Okay, on the end there. And then what is the flag? Is a British flag.
That's the the old Canadian flag.
Is it really?
Before the maple leaf. Yeah, that's what they had in the 40s. I'm not sure on when they changed it.
But that would be era appropriate.
Yes, correct.
Oh, you gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, so Jack, you know, you bought the boat finished. Your dad bought the boat finished.
Yep.
But you've added pieces here and there to it that are historically accurate, right?
Yes, correct. Mainly the fire extinguisher.
Okay, but that's still, to hunt that down, to polish it up, to get it in the right spot, that's just awesome. Do you have any, are there any sort of future plans? I know your family just enjoys using the boat, but do you have any future plans, or is there anything in the back of your head you're like, well, you know, it would have had this piece back in the day, so I'm still looking for something, or?
I don't think so. I think we're just gonna keep it going on our lift, on our lake, and use it.
And use it.
Yep.
Which is what it's there for.
Exactly.
Man, Jack, thank you so much for taking your time to talk with us about this stunningly beautiful boat. We sure appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you.
Thanks for watching.